Man, let me just tell y'all, I just was reading an article where they said Nvidia will pay you to tap into your house's electric panel and grid to take advantage of your unused electricity and help you pay the light bills. Or some reports that you can even get up to $20,000 a year. Let's go ahead and check it out and see why people are so worried about what's to come.
So I'm not sure if anyone else has heard about this, but apparently Nvidia is teaming up with Span, I think it's called. It's some development company. And what they want to do is instead of having big data centers, they want to attach a little piece of the data center to your house. I'm not kidding. Basically, they want to put like a small unit, and by small, I mean about like the size of like 2 or 3 air conditioners, on the side of your house, filled with all their equipment to make your house a small data center. And how I saw this pitched was, we'll give you $22,000 to do this. And I'm sitting here like, or $22,000 a year to be specific. And I'm like, oh, interesting. Well, the whole world's already going to crap. And this might be slightly better than building giant data centers. And I started looking into it. Yeah, here's the problem. The $22,000 is to cover the electrical usage of this thing that they want to put on your property. It's not like, hey, we'll pay for everything and then give you $22,000 for the inconvenience of having this crap on your property. No. It's to cover the electrical cost. Also, apparently you are responsible for any damage incurred by having this data center put on your property. Yeah, let that sink in for a minute. So you allow them to create noise pollution right next to your place. I assume this is going to have to tap into your water main so it can be cooled. It uses your electricity, and they're giving you enough money to cover its operational costs. Oh, and I almost forgot. They're going to put a giant electrical battery, somewhere on your property, probably your garage, so that if there's excess electricity from the solar panels that they're also going to install in your place, that it gets first priority on, that it has that as storage for its power usage. Every part of this stinks. Like, I was really hoping this would be like, oh, okay, if they're gonna make this so I'm getting an extra $22,000 a year, I mean, that would help with home repairs and home maintenance. It would be one of those things of maybe there's a way that they're gonna, reduce the noise that comes out of this thing, reduce the water usage, reduce the power requirements, all that. No, not even close. This is we're going to do this, you're going to put up with it, here's $22,000 to maybe cover the cost. And here's the thing, again, as I said, you're responsible for the damages. So if somebody in your neighborhood sees this thing and goes, well, there's graphics processing units in there, man, those are big money, and they break into your system to steal your stuff, you're on the hook for it. Yeah, that's not going to be cheap. Even if some drug addict comes in there just to steal the copper out of the damn thing, the amount that you're on the hook for is insane. There's no point of this. Do not go for this. This is not worth it. And I would assume that at that point, it's a case of you will never be able to take a vacation ever again because you're on guard duty now. And they're not going to pay for the guard dog that you're going to have to buy to protect this damn thing. You see how this escalates, and escalates quickly? Don't put AI data centers on your property.
I'm pretty sure that equipment probably costs a lot of money. But not only that, did you see some of the rigs that are hooked up inside of the homes where, that room or that closet, that space is running extra hot to some of the other AI inputs that are planning and building in people's houses? Now, NVIDIA says they want to put this outside, but there's already inside units at some select houses. I think we've seen one in Phoenix, and that's crazy. It's already hot outside. Why would you want to put something that runs so hot on the inside, man? That does not make any sense at all. Let's keep watching.
I'm gonna say this for all my people in the back. So put your hands up. I live in West Texas. I go to Texas Tech, and I love being out here in West Texas. You can stand on a can and literally see for miles. It's great. It's beautiful. Nothing can beat it. You know, it's just one of a kind. It's a beautiful place, and it's time to address these data centers. Okay, it's not okay. I don't know what the logic is behind it. I don't know what the thought process is behind it. You could put them literally anywhere else, but you want to put them in a place where not a lot of people come and an open land, which is killing agriculture, killing livestock, killing a lot of things, and consuming water. It just doesn't seem like a good idea. If you do your research, you'll find out that the people that are behind building these data centers are all private investors. You can't find names, you can't find nothing. It's real shady, and someone needs to figure something out and put a stop to it because it's not okay. The amount of farmers that I come across, the amount of people that have land and own animals that are on that land that I come across and have conversations with, talking about how these mystery buyers are offering them millions of dollars for their chunks of land to sit there and build these massive buildings on it. It's just unethical. There's shady. It's something. There's something else going on that we don't know about, and it's time for people to wake up. To drive from Lubbock to Fort Worth, you got to drive through Abilene. You got to drive through a lot of small towns, and I get stuck in these crazy traffic jams of just hundreds of people because of the amount of workers that are coming into these small towns to build these data centers. And it's time to put the foot down. I mean, it's killing our agriculture, and it's just not acceptable. It's not okay. Everything that Texas stands for is being threatened by mystery investors, mystery buyers, people that are just money hungry and could care less about the better good of the people and the places that they live, especially our homes in West Texas and the surrounding areas. So if you see this, share, comment, send it to everybody. Something's got to be done.
Not only are we talking about traffic in this clip, but a lot of times you hear people when they talk AI data centers, they think water, the amount of water that it takes to run a data center, to cool that equipment down. But one thing that I did find out recently was that golf courses actually use more water to maintain their course than an AI data center would approximately a year. That's crazy.
As a resident of Utah who gets to hear all the news about the data center, right? Data center. I have a theory on this, and I'm curious what you think. I don't think it's a data center. It just doesn't make sense to me that something would need to be that size to be a data center. I've heard the conspiracy theory that it's a surveillance center, which to me is kind of the same thing. But it's worth mentioning, the NSA already has one of the largest data centers here in Utah and has for years. And this thing is massive compared to that. I'm going to go on a real stretch here and say containment center. I'll let you fill in the blanks on what they'd be containing.
Mr. Wonderful, Kevin O'Leary, who's the head of all these data centers, he is worth $400 million, and he is 71 years old. The average life expectancy for men is about 76, 77 years old. Do you notice that all of these older folks are making all of these crucial decisions about our environment, about our future, about technology, cutting down trees and using all of our resources to take away jobs, even though they say that they're going to be creating jobs? I'm not a scientific person. People that work in fast food, people that work at places like Walmart, people that do any kind of service industry, my job, customer service, my job's going to be long gone. They're creating robots to do all of our jobs. And this guy, Kevin, who is 71 years old, who's already worth $400 million, he doesn't give a shit what's going to happen in 10 years. He'll be 6 feet under. A lot of these people in Washington will be 6 feet under, and we will all have to deal with the ramifications of all of the decisions that they're making today. Kevin O'Leary says, well, do you remember before the internet? And no one knew, what we were missing, and people were so afraid of the internet. And then, look how far we've come with the internet. Look how far we've come. We are more divided and less educated and more depressed, more alone since the invention of the internet. Our ability to retain information has gotten smaller. We can just go to Google and look anything up that we want. Do you remember your best friend's phone number when you were in grade school? I do. Do you remember all your passwords? Do you remember your kid's phone number, their cell phone numbers, or your best friend's cell phone numbers now? I have no idea what my friends' cell phone numbers are because everything is saved. This is where we are headed. And it's people like Kevin O'Leary who do not give a shit about the future because he will be long gone.
You know, I really forget what city this AI specific AI data center is in. But what I do know is that they got sued because of the water collection system that they have outside the data center. Said the surrounding area and the surrounding city said it was toxic, right? And it had a certain level, not lethal, of certain pollution in this water collection that if it evaporates and rains nearby, that it can pretty much contaminate or make other people sick. They did win this lawsuit, which is crazy. But after they did all the tests, it was very, very, very small amounts that probably wouldn't get people sick. But that's just only the start of it, right? It always starts with a little small something to pop pollution, just to kind of show its ugly head, and then boom, it just takes off to become something else. Maybe the city is on to something.
What if data centers, however the say it, are just a cover for something going on underground? Listen, this is just a theory and for entertainment only, okay? But doesn't it feel like data centers started popping up everywhere all of a sudden? Now, the official explanation for this is AI is booming and we need more data centers to keep up with that. And that may be true. But look at these maps with me first and then make a decision, okay? First up is the data centers in the US. This map shows the amount of data centers per state. It's a shit ton of them, suddenly, right? Okay, now this map shows exactly where they are in the state, okay? Cool. Now, look at this one. It was proposed in the 70s by the RAND Corporation. It's an underground hyperspeed railway. No shit. They proposed it to the Air Force. I paid my power bill, so my power was just cut in the middle of this video. So clearly I'm on to something, right? They proposed it to the Air Force, but then they claim they never built it. But wouldn't you know it, when you put the two together, where there is a proposed stop, there is a high amount of data centers. Because what if they need to divert power, divert water to keep whatever's going on, right? Now, here's what's not a theory. These data centers, they are draining power grids so hard, states are bringing in nuclear power plants back online just to keep up, right? They're pulling millions of gallons of water a day for cooling. In some cases, straining local water supplies. So ask yourself this, is that just AI computing power, or is that a cover story for something that needs a lot more power and a lot more water than a server farm should?
Can someone please explain to me why we need so many damn data centers? I live in Idaho, okay? And lo and behold, we give tax breaks to billionaires and the citizens pay the property taxes, right? Yeah, that checks out. There's a huge data center coming into Kuna. They're trying to put another one in Pocatello. Idaho is out of water. The Treasure Valley, where I live, we have already used more water than is being put back into the groundwater, okay? That is a problem. That is a problem. The data centers are...
Now, I don't know why they have so many data centers built, but I do know that Baton Rouge is going to be one of 4 training centers where the workers actually come and train how to build these data centers. And that's going to be a big project in itself. You have to have a whole center to train people to build more AI centers, and then they are guaranteed a job to work with one of the contractors. Man, I'm tongue-tied tonight. Contractors to build these AI data centers. That's crazy. That's crazy in itself. But what do you guys think? I want you to honestly ask yourself, would you actually be willing to accept an NVIDIA data center outside your house and have it hooked up to your home if it pays a little extra a month? Like, let me know in the comments below. I'll chat with you there. Don't forget to like the video.